Hello everybody, how are you? I am coming to you with an extremely special Instagram live today. So I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to take a bit of a pause and give people an opportunity to come and join us because this is huge, what I've got to share with you all. So we'll give it a moment or two and I will introduce myself because this will be getting shared to a few places. So if you're new here, my name is Eva. I'm the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival and the Scottish Show Producer Showcase. The festival will be taking place again in Perth this month. I mean, we've reached the 1st of September. It all feels incredibly unreal. But on the 9th and 10th of September, we return to the Jewellery Centre for our annual celebration. And yeah, this is a huge deal today. So I've been keeping a massive secret. And I'm not particularly good at keeping secrets because I want to bring other people in and share in my excitement. I'm that person that I'll go out and I'll buy a gift for someone, and usually very much in advance, and I'm immediately desperate. I've got something and I really want to see your reaction to it because I know that you will love it because I know you and I saw this and it made me think of you. I'm that sort of person, so I do find keeping secrets really, really difficult. So 57 days ago, I made a phone call, and that phone call has basically changed my life. I made a phone call to someone that I didn't realise at that point was a mill, and I was making inquiries about a particular type of wool that I could see in their website and wanted to know whether that would be suitable for spinning. That now I'm looking back 57 days on thinking what a naive thing that was to say on that phone call. But I am so glad I did because I met the most incredible person, Lara, on that phone call. And she's an incredible force of nature, and I'll never be able to thank her enough for what she's done for me. So, and she'll be at the festival, so you can go and thank her too. I'm going to try not to cry because this is huge. So I made that phone call, and within 57 days, I have manifested a dream that I thought was going to take at least a year if it was ever going to happen. So for that change to have taken place, from 57 days from making that phone call to being delivered to my home this morning, or rather this afternoon, it's quite something. So yeah, DHL rocked up outside my house this afternoon with what was expected to be 19 large boxes on 2 pallets, and what did actually arrive were 20 giant boxes that weren't on pallets. And I'm glad that they did give me the heads up when they were leaving Edinburgh, because it meant that I could call a friend and get them to give me a bit of a hand moving boxes into my home, which is where I'm coming live to from you at the moment. And it is utter chaos. It's utter chaos here. My cats aren't particularly happy because there are boxes everywhere. Like, there are boxes everywhere. But enough about this. So I am beyond excited to introduce to you and let you know that I have been working with a mill to create my own custom yarn, and it will be available for you to purchase for the first time ever at the Scottish Yarn Festival. I have it here. So this isn't just one yarn. It's, yeah. Okay, where do I start with this? The origin story. So it's Scottish provenance. It is, in fact, I'll grab a skein here. So here's one. Look at this. Look at this. I think I'm going to cry. Sorry, it is, yeah, it's been a big thing. So the wool has Scottish provenance, which was really, really important to me. It's 80% Shetland and it's 20% Cheviot, so it's going to tick all those boxes for all those things that you want to do. Cables, colour work, lace is going to do it all. Not only is it available in, this is the 4-ply, so everything I'm going to show you today is going to be 4-ply. Not only is it available in 4-ply, it's all available in DK as well. And unfortunately, the time that I'm coming on, the light isn't particularly wonderful, so you are going to have to come and see it until I get this to my photographer for proper photos to be done. So this is the 4-ply. We've got digitally foiled labels. Look at this. These are the details on the back. Thank you, Marta. So I understand it's probably reversed on your screens, but what we've got are the details. It'll either be 4-ply or a DK, that it's a 100-gram skein, the meterage, so we're approximately 350 metres for the 4-ply, and I think we're about 230 for the DK. And then we've got the percentages of the fibre in there, so 80% Shetland, 20% Cheviot, it's 100% Scottish provenance wool. And then on the other side, all the colourways are named after clans. So this is Fraser, and what it says on the label below that, slow growing in Scotland, mill spun in Yorkshire, transformed by you, and our website. So that's Fraser, in no particular order. This is the one that was closest to me. This is Fraser. So yeah, this is huge. So this is Fraser. And these will be priced up at £20 a skein, and yeah. So here we go. Fraser. I've got, what else do I want to tell you about it? Not only is it available in 4-ply and DK, it's available in 9 different shades and 2 natural blends as well. So you've got an initial colour palette of 11. It was going to be 12, so some of you know that I had a little jaunt about a month ago, maybe less than that now, where I went down to Yorkshire for a couple of days, and it was to go and visit the mill and to end up doing a little bit of hand blending to kind of sign off on the colours, and it was the easiest way because I'd had samples and such sent to the house to try and colour match, and it wasn't quite working. So I was extremely fortunate to be allowed to go to the mill and to finalise the colour choices there. I made the decision at that time we couldn't get one. There was one that we just couldn't get, so it should have been 12. We're going with 11. I'm happy with 11. I'm born in the 11th month of the year, so that's fine with me. Yeah, so nine colours, 2 naturals, 4-ply and DK. What are the name of the shades? I know, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm wittering on. I shouldn't be apologising. I'm feeling I'm wittering on a little bit, but it's the excitement. So, this is Fraser. This is Anderson, and it's completely blowing out. So this is kind of like a teal green, a dark teal green, and it's nothing like it's showing up on the camera. That's actually maybe a little bit better. This is Anderson. This is one of the naturals. This is Baird, and it's like an oatmeal kind of colour. So that's 3 of them balanced there. This one here, which is actually darker pink. I think it's showing up quite red on the screen. Thank you. This is Duncan. And then we have Colquhoun. That's showing up actually pretty true to colour there. So trying not to get a glare on the label. There we go, Colquhoun. And what I should say is I'll pause here. So some of these names have really special connection to me. They might be family names. They might, in the case of Colquhoun, so Colquhoun relates to the area that I grew up in, which was round about the Helensburgh area, and quite close to my home is Glenfruin, and there was a famous battle between clans there back in the day, and one of those clans was Clan Colquhoun. So there's certain little elements like that, a little nod, people who have given me their support and love in the way and knew that something was going on, and I've taken some of their family names and introduced them as well. So with that will then make, this one will make sense. This is Dewar. So we hold our events in the Dewar Centre, and it's named after that, Dewar. And of course, this one's a bit of like a whiskey tone. Then we've got another natural here. This is a natural grey. This is Tate. Oops, no, it's blowing out too much. So T-A-I-T, it's the Scottish spelling of Tate. Dewar, do you know what, it's gorgeous. It's a lovely kind of, I want to say burnt honey, which probably isn't a particularly good sort of description, but it's a lovely warm sort of tone, Dewar. Tate, which is the second of our neutrals here, along with Baird. Now, part of the thinking behind these is that you need neutrals when you have any sort of yarn range, but if you're a hand dyer, these would make cracking bases to go and dye yourself, to have your own little sort of collaboration. Thank you, Susie. I'm really proud of them. But you can probably see just this is absolute massive grin on my face, and I am literally trying to keep the tears back. Yeah, so the naturals could be over dyed, and you could create your very own sweater or accessory by dyeing on top of these. So that was also part of the thinking. And when it came to creating the colour palette range, what I wanted everything to work around the grey initially, and then the second kind of colour that came in went this. And the colour inspiration for that, I don't want to go particularly into kind of the inspiration for the name, but this is a particular colour in a kilt and someone that I care very deeply for. So there's a little nod there. These, I love them all. I haven't seen them yet. Do you know what? You're just down the road. I might actually just let you rock up in the car and come and have a look at them. Okay, here we go. I think we're about halfway through. So here's this one. This one is a bit, it's probably a duck egg blue is the best way to describe it. It's coming out darker on the camera than it is in real life. It's, yeah, and these are quite heathered as well. This one is Bruce. And then we have this, so I think this one's going to be my Rhinebeck sweater, my woolen folk sweater. I might have to snaffle out a DK quantity of this myself. I'd like to make an anchor sweater in this. I think it'd be gorgeous. Can I do it in about a month? Yes, I can. This, again, it's not picking up particularly well on the camera. This is like a dark navy. It's between a navy and a French navy. This is Gordon. And then we've got 2 more to go, and then I think that's 11. It'd be slamming it is. I can totally knock out a DK sweater in a month on top of everything else. This one is Christie. So this is, I'm Eva Christie. No surprises where that one's come from. So this is a nod of respect to my dad and my family. And it's reminiscent of the colour that my hair was for years there, up until a couple of years ago. up until probably about a year ago, and too much white was coming in to retain the red dye. So yeah, this is Christy. And then the final one, she says, trying to count in her head, is that 11. I'm pretty sure that I counted 11. This is Wallace. So there we go. Wallace. So yeah, I'm incredibly proud of all of them. Wallace. It's gorgeous. I love it. I mean, I'm biased, obviously. But yeah, I think we have created love with Anderson. I mean, look. Just saying that, I mean, I've just randomly picked up 4, but there's a very certain MCAL coming up in the near future. And I couldn't believe it when I saw that it was kind of based on gradients. So yeah, I think the colours were planned around the grey and to work with one another. I'm incredibly proud of it. Thank you. So this will be launching at the Scottish Yarn Festival in a in a week's time. Yeah, here they are, like in my arms, like all my babies. It will be launching at the festival, like I said, on 4-ply and on DK weights. They are £20 a skein. If you're not going to be at the festival, it's going to take us a little while to kind of get back, to do all the normal post-festival admin and to get everything back up online, but they will be available from our website not long afterwards. Now, if you want to get ahead of the game, you can send us an email through our website or to hello@thescottishYarnFestival.com and register your interest for what you like, because I will be shipping out. So if you want to do that question answered, I'm just getting back, yeah. Will we see them at the festival? You will. You will see them at the festival. And I have another surprise for you as well. So yeah, look at my yarn babies. So yeah, launching at the festival, available online after that. There are other things planned as well that I will do. Can it be pre-ordered? What I would say, if you're desperate to have a pre-order, then yes, hit me up through the website. I will bag some up for you. I'll pop you over an invoice. But just please be aware that obviously it's the back of 5 in the afternoon. I've got the big light on. These colours might not be quite what you think. Some of them, in fact, look, this one is definitely showing a lot more turquoise than it is in real life on the screen just now. So if you're happy to accept that there might be some variance, yes, there is a lot of it. So what I did was I went for a 70-30 split. It was 70% 4-ply, 30% DK amongst the skeins. There were minimum orders, so I have 200 skeins of each colour. So I don't think we're going to sell out at the actual event unless someone or a group of people fall head over heels in love with a particular shade and everyone wants sweaters quantities. I think it'll be fine. And this is not a one-off. This is going to be a from now on thing. Like I said at the beginning, this is a life-changing thing for me, so it's not going to be a one-off. Excuse me, I'm sniffing now. And I will be adding additional colours as we go. So I'm just going to pop these down for a minute and blow my nose. Because I have another surprise. Like I said, I've got another surprise for you all. So excuse me a wee moment. I'm just going to have a little bit now. There we go, questions answered. So okay, so a lot of people loving Wallace. I love Wallace too. I love them all. Don't make me choose. Wallace and that deep navy are so lush looking beautiful. Will we see them at the festival? Yes, yes you will. Go to the flock stall. The flock stall is where you're going to be finding these. I'll be camping on the doorstep. Bev, bring me a glass of wine. You can come over and you can come and get first dibs on them. You've got a week. You've got a week to knit me a sample because I don't have time to knit samples at this point. Beautiful shades, thank you. Add more cash, absolutely. Bunlupa, as the person who hand twisted them, I can confirm the numbers, so thank you. So part of the reason why clan as a name works so well despite all the rest of the Scottish things is it takes a clan to actually put a yarn together, from that initial idea to choosing the colour palettes to everyone. So Robin and Lara in particular, I could not have done this without you, and I will be raising a very large glass of gin to you both later on. It's huge. I know you know some more of the secrets that are attached to this and future things, and this is a journey that we've all been going on together, and I just love you to bits and thank you so much. So yeah, I can confirm the numbers. They were all hand twisted in the mill and hand tied. I thought, no, I didn't think I had it bad, but I have spent 20 hours putting stickers and labels and now I'm sellotaping them all together. There's plenty. Don't bank on not selling out. Brilliant, I'll be your number one shopper. Well, this is beautiful. It has special significance for me. Love that. Thank you. Laughing to wool clans, absolutely. So, the other thing I want to share with you just now, and she's here. Lara from Wool Spinners. Now, the company that I've been working with, the mill that I've been working with, have lots of names, but they are, one of the names they're known as is the Wool Spinners. Now, Richard, who's the managing director at the mill, has also been incredible. Yeah, I think you do need to come. Richard, after Lara said something to him, and I don't know quite what she said, he's sending Lara to the festival for us, and the Wool Spinners are sponsoring it, so I'm not having to put my hand into my pockets to bring her up to join us. She will be there the entire weekend. So if you have been thinking about getting fleece process and creating your own custom yarn brand, or you're an indie dyer and you're looking to create a custom base or 2 or 5 that you want to dye on, Lara is your woman. She will be there and you can speak to her. Oh, Robin, I wish you could come as well next time. We'll get you all up next time. But you can join us vicariously this year. So Lara's coming. She's there to answer your questions, but not only that, definitely the Saturday, possibly also the Sunday, Lara's going to give a talk about the story behind the yarn and how the mill were involved in creating it. So basically telling my origin story, which is just incredible. I can't believe it's happening. So I should have, if I'd had a moment, I would have created that behind the scenes ready to go today. It's not quite ready, so keep an eye on social media for the next couple of days. Tickets for that talk will be free because it's being sponsored by the Wool Spinners, and I'm extremely grateful to them for everything that they've done as it is. Never mind doing that as well. It's just the icing on the cake. So if you want to learn more about our custom yarn brand, I can't believe I'm going to have to get used to saying that, you can come and hear all about it from someone who was incredibly instrumental in doing this. I could not have done this alone. And like I said, I just phoned up with a very naive question, not realising who I was contacting, not realising what they were doing, what they do, what they specialise in. And yeah, I can't believe this, because usually when you're trying to create a yarn brand, you're at least a year in production, and we've done this in 57 days. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up here. for just now. I've got a lot of labelling still to do. And I should give a shout out here as well at the moment to Dan Scott. So Dan Scott are a local print company. They are based in Perth. They do wonderful things. They've been doing all our printing for years. They do our banners. They've helped us with our rebrand because we've had to get all the new materials for that. And I had a fantastic, probably about an initial hour-long meeting with Alistair at Dan Scott, and Emma there has been really instrumental as well in helping me put these yarn bands together. So here's one. It's not stuck yet. And these have to be seen in real life because you can actually feel it. The digital silver foil with our branding, and it's just, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Really excited to see where the next part of our journey takes us. And yeah, so if you can't make the festival and you're interested in these, hit me up through the website. So you can send us an email through the website or hello@thescottishyarnfestival.com and register your interest, and we'll kind of do a first come first served on those as soon as we get back, and then we'll do all the things it's going to take time to get everything listed in the back end of the website for you as well. But don't panic. Don't panic. You're not going to miss out. This is not a one-off. This is the start of something incredibly beautiful, incredibly special, and it is important to me, particularly since, setting up the Scottish Road Producers Showcase as well. You need to put your money where your mouth is sometimes and be the change that you want to see in the world. And this is me committing myself further to that, committing myself to creating a Scottish provenance yarn brand, helping supporting the mill industry, what we've still got left of it in the UK, supporting slow fashion, making the changes that I want to see environmentally and in terms of fast fashion and everything. So yeah. I'm very overwhelmed at the minute, Tracy. I have had a bit of a cry, and I had a phone call today from a friend who's a very well-known designer who hasn't seen any of this yet, and she'd contacted someone else. So she knew it was happening because I trust her and I wanted her opinion on something, and she'd contacted someone else, and she phoned me and went, "Are you sitting down?" And I had a bit of a cry, and then I immediately phoned the mill and told them what was happening, and Lara went outside and screamed. So there are some really, really exciting things happening, and I am really excited about seeing what everyone makes from the yarn. Because as it is, I live the festival vicariously through all of you. I'm kind of like in swan mode, just kind of getting through it when it's actually taking place, and I spend time on Instagram and watching YouTube vlogs and things afterwards to get a sense of what everyone else has had, what was their experience of the festival, and if everyone else is happy, then I'm happy. That generally is my festival experience, because I'm working during the festival. This is going to be very, very different. So years ago I did do, for a very short while, before we started the festival, back in so this is pre-2016, this is probably 2014, 2015, I did have Melted Moglet Dye Works, which is my own indie dye thing, for a very, very short while, and it didn't even get as far as up on a website and things, and I just had too much, managing my health and the long-term health conditions that I've got, and then the festival, everything kind of happened with that, and something had to give, and that was the yarn dyeing. This is very different. I can't wait to see what everyone actually creates with my yarn. I've got some patterns lined up. There's a really fantastic Martin Story, really densely, massively cabled cowl. I'm desperate to do. And I think Freezer is going to be the colour that I use for that in the DK. I'm pretty sure it's DK, and I want an anchor sweater in the Gordon and DK, and I want to take that to Woollen Folk and Roundbeck. But I can't wait to see what you're inspired by the colours, and you see the colours and you take them home and what you create with them when you share those on social media and on your podcast. And that's going to hit me. That's really going to hit me, and I just can't wait. So just look through some more of these comments. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go and cry off camera again in a wee moment. So, yes, thank you, everyone. I am going to wrap this up now. I am going to go and pour that very large gin, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to get some more labelling done because we don't have long until the festival. If you don't have your tickets yet, I should sort of tidy it all up really about actually promoting the festival. So, if you haven't got your tickets yet, any remaining advanced tickets will be removed from sale at 12 p.m. on the 4th of September. So go to the Scottish Yarn Festival website and get your tickets now if you don't already. There will be tickets on the door for this event. For our larger festival, we always ring fence a certain amount of them. Ring fence isn't the right word, but you know what I mean. We reserve a certain amount, but they are first come, first served on the door. We can't predict how many people will turn up without a ticket, but we've never been in a position where we've had to turn anyone away either. And those tickets on the door are cash only. Where our advance tickets are, for their safety and security, it is in a Wi-Fi black spot. So please bring cash. If you haven't got a ticket, Sundays are always quieter, so if you are maybe a little bit concerned that it might all be a bit overwhelming, and we do have a designated special quiet room that we hire as well on site for anyone who needs it. But if you like a more relaxed atmosphere to your yarn festivals, and particularly looking at the ticket sales, the advanced ticket sales that have come in this year, definitely come on the Sunday. The second day is always far more quiet. Into the northeasterly blanket, I would love that. And Katie, as always, fashionably late, I love you. So thank you everyone for the incredibly positive reception to our custom yarn brand. I can't wait to see you all at the festival, and thank you for just indulging me today with all of this, because the social media has gone a little bit different than was planned today, but once I had this and once I was able to at least get a yarn label on one of each of the colours, I wanted to come on and do this. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Thanks. Bye bye.